Hey, Dragon Archer 7's Dark World deck profile. Levier Dragon recording.
Hey guys, Dragon Archer 7 here. If you're wondering why I have a different mount, it's because if I do anything at all with Dark Worlds, I have to switch mounts, otherwise I use Photon Shockwave Sneak Peek. Now onto the deck. 3 Grapha.
Derp.
3 Snow.
Derp.
3 Brow. Ulti-Brows. 3 Beige. Some people only run 2 of this card. I like it at 3. It's a little more consistent. I've had it clog before, but you can always normal summon and bounce for Grapha. 2 Gold. Rank 5 Exceeses and bouncing for Grapha. Same thing with 2 Silva. 3 Trance. It's way too good for this deck. 1 Morphing Jar. Some people don't like Morphing Jar because it gives your opponents pluses, but usually you're going to have more card advantage than them at the end of the Morphing Jar, and you'll probably win that turn. Fabled Raven. This is a card I take in by myself for myself. It gives me the options to synchros, which gives me an advantage over my opponent most of the time. Now onto the spells. 3 Gates. 3 Drag Down for hand control. 1 Dealings. Plants are dead, so you don't have to be afraid to run this card in 2s if you want. 3s, I would say, would get a little inconsistent, but it's happened before. Gateway, a tech card. This card's really good because if your opponent MSTs it, they get a -1, and you can get a Brow or something that they can't attack over, and then on your turn you just bounce that back for Grapha and get a +1 off of their -1, so that's a +2. Card Destruction. Allure of Darkness, so you can get your trance targets in the Banished Zone. Monster Born. Book of Moon. Heavy Storm, Dark Hole. Heavy Storm. Dark Smog, it's just too good right now. Inzectors, get that Horned out of the grave. Wind-ups, get that Rat target out of the grave. 2 Deck Dev, it's a win condition for the deck. And 2 Mind Crush for hand control. Now on to the extra. 2 Adrius. You generally want to get Adrius instead of Tyros because of your fields. It's field fodder and it gains attack from the gates. Tyros for those times that you don't want to get Adrius out. And Zenmeo if your opponent has a bunch of back row. 2 Utopia because you can spam 4s pretty quick because you run 3 Trance, 3 Beige, and also 3 Snow. 1 Utopia Ray, so if your Utopia has no materials you can overlay. 1 Levier for the option because if you're ever stuck with 2 Brows on the field and it's late game, you can overlay and come back pretty easily with this card. Now on for the synchro part. 1 Fabled Valkyrius. I can use this card if I have a dead trance in my hand or something like that and I want to use Drag Down. Or I suspect my opponent has a Max C. I can manually ditch my special summoning cards. 1 Stardust. It can negate Dolka. 1 Scrap Dragon. Really good right now because you can destroy Trance. Get your banished card back to your hand and then destroy your opponent's card. Dark Calendar, not too good right now, but it's an option, and 31 beater, and against TG Stun. I won a game because of it once against TG Stun. Ancient Sacred Wyvern lets you go for game way too easily. Black Rose Dragon, blowing up the field, and Chimera Takeover Dragon. I don't have a side right now for this deck, but at least 2 Cyber Dragon are going to be in the side, and 3 Royal Decree. Thanks guys, that's the deck.